I would like to thank you all for joining us to this side event held by RET Germany, LEAP Turkey organization, LEAP Natural, Social Enterprise, and LEAP Co-operative within Regional Forum for Sustainable Development 2022 of the United Nations Economic Commission for Europe. Okay, I accept it. This is Ali, my name is, and I will be the moderator of this program today. And we are here to discuss of comprehensive approaches within women's socio-economic empowerment programs are key for collective sustainable development. LEAP Women's Cooperative and LEAP Natural Social Enterprise and Social Enterprise example from Turkey. So I would like to start with introducing the speakers and also the agenda. Today we have 4 speakers. I would like to start Mr. Mert Fırat, and we are really delighted to have him here. He as actor, entrepreneur, founding member of UNECE map, which is called in Turkish İhtiyaç Haritası, and also as a board member of Yanındayız Association and UNDP Goodwill Ambassador to share about his experience and his work with LEAP. Welcome, Mr. Mert. And secondly, we have with us also Ms. Dima Haydar, RET Germany's Director of External Relations and Communications. She will be discussing about RET interventions in gender, climate, and sustainable development. Welcome, Ms. Dima, and thank you for joining us today here. And we have Ms. Emel Andrews, RET Germany Technical Livelihood Specialist, who also contributed LEAP capacity building processes. She will talk about climate actions in women's socio-economic empowerment programs in Turkey. And lastly, we have Ms. Kardelen. She is livelihood specialist of LEAP. She will present us RET Germany's and LEAP Women's Socio-Economic Economic Empowerment Project, LEAP Women's Cooperative, and LEAP Natural. And also she has 2 sessions, by the way, in this program. And at the final session, she's gonna present us about the best practices, durable actions, and lessons learned within LEAP Women's Cooperative. I would like to thank you all for joining us today and being with us. And thank you so much. By the way, I would like to tell you all this at the end of the webinar. We will have a question and answers session. So please feel free to direct your questions at the chat box. And also please note that this webinar is being recorded. We will be launching in 2 minutes. Again, thank you for joining us. I would like to start Mr. Mert Fırat. So the floor is yours.
Thank you. Good morning. At the beginning, it's a delight to participate in this side event together with the RET Germany, LEAP Turkey, and the LEAP Natural. As a board member of various social entrepreneurs and NGOs in Turkey, such as UNECE map and the Yanındayız, gender equality and the climate action are the cross-cutting main priorities for us. So today, the side event is a great way for opening a dialogue on the effort and the best participate on these issues that are being realized in Turkey. I'm one of the board members of UNECE map. Is an online platform, where people in need of something can connect with those who can help them around the country. The main point of social initiatives is that it is possible to ask for any type of needs for from the veterinary to the veterinary service to school materials and even volunteers for a social project. As UNECE map, we have first got in contact with the LEAP when the COVID-19 outbreak in Turkey began. With our joint social impact action, we conduct a campaign with LEAP named Support with the Kindness via UNECE. Together, we were able to deliver natural soap product by the artisan woman of LEAP Natural Soap Atelier to 600 families in Şanlıurfa who were in the need access to hygiene materials. I'm closely in the contact with RET Germany, LEAP Turkey, and LEAP Women Co-operative, as they have been tackling the same issues with strong commitment in a cross-cutting and a holistic manner for the refugees and host communities in Turkey. I always believe that partnership play an essential role in the bringing to gaps in the gender inequalities, climate actions, and the sustainable development. So I endorse and support LEAP Turkey, LEAP Women's Cooperative, and LEAP Natural for their commitment, efforts, and comprehensive approach to sustainable development. I hope that this event provides food for thought to all of the participants and issues of gender equality, climate action, and the sustainable development. Thank you for having me. That's all for today from my side.
Appreciate your great efforts on these kind of issues. Thank you so much for joining us and giving us the opportunity to have this meeting with you and with you all. And I would like to continue with Ms. Dima Haydar. And she's gonna tell us about gender, climate, and sustainable development issues, let's say. Welcome again, Ms. Dima, and the floor is yours.
Thank you. Thank you, Ali, for your introduction. Thank you also, Mert, for joining us. We are really delighted to have you amongst us, and we are very pleased to have you endorsing, in fact, LEAP's Women's Socio-Economic Empowerment Program in Turkey. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all. Just before we start, Ali, can you please move to the next slides? Okay, so yeah, I think that it's the fourth or third one. Yeah, thank you. So good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all, depending on where you are connecting from, and thank you for joining us today. I would like to thank, in fact, our trusted local partners in Turkey, LEAP, the local Turkish organization, and LEAP Natural Commercial Enterprise, for organizing this session within the Regional Forum for Sustainable Development 2022 of the United Nations Economic Commission for Europe. Let me, in fact, start with a small introduction about RET Germany. RET Germany is an international non-governmental organization headquartered in Berlin, Germany, whose mission, in fact, is to alleviate the suffering and catalyze sustainable development in crises, conflicts, and fragile contexts. RET works across the triple nexus of humanitarian development and peace. RET's extensive presence in more than 34 countries in Europe, the Middle East, Asia, and in fact the Americas, has positively impacted the lives of just over 2 million direct beneficiaries and program participants. 55% of them are female participants throughout 391 projects implemented to date. RET works in multiple areas of intervention, including economic growth and development, such as the Women's Socio-Economic Empowerment Programs, agriculture and rural development, as well as livelihood and other interventions under this sector. As well, we do work in peace, stability and transition, education, protection, disaster risk reduction, health and wash, nutrition and food security, and other cross-cutting issues. Overall, RET has directly reached over 20 million beneficiaries worldwide. In Turkey specifically, RET has been working since 2014, implementing more than 34 projects and reaching more than 300,000 direct beneficiaries from the refugees and host communities within core competencies under protection, education, social cohesion, and women's socio-economic empowerment program interventions. So today's session is in fact about the comprehensive approach and lessons learned from our women's socio-economic empowerment program in Turkey. I will not go into details about the approaches used, as I believe our local partners, LEAP Turkey and LEAP Natural Social Enterprise, which are present as well here today, will be presenting the great work they have been doing in consortium with RET, and the key approaches definitely used towards sustainable development. So in fact, this is after all following RET's localized focused commitment and agenda, where we are to observe and celebrate the achievements of LEAP and the importance of locally led initiative for a more durable impact. We are here, in fact, to commemorate how host and refugee women within our socio-economic empowerment programs are now decision makers and are leading the solutions to address several problems, including climate change, through what we are calling eco-friendly actions. I would in fact like to emphasize that this work wouldn't have been possible without the generous support of our current donor, the Federal Ministry of Economic Cooperation and Development of the Federal Republic of Germany, BMZ. So to wrap up, together in partnership with LEAP, we successfully linked cross-sectoral actors with the private sector, such as Mr. Mert here with us, at national and local levels to create long-lasting solutions to ultimately enable the self-reliance of refugee and host women in Turkey. RET's approach ensures we work hand in hand with local partners to design projects that genuinely bridge the needs and gaps of the local context, while ensuring minimum standards are respected and transparency and accountability to donors and affected populations are guaranteed. So RET complements those local initiatives as an international NGO by strengthening our local actors' capacity and leadership, whether in Turkey or even worldwide, and granting them access to our global cadre of technical expertise, knowledge management, M&E, and networks. So concerning our topic on gender, climate, and sustainable development, it is unfortunately that women still face social, economic, and political barriers coupled with unequal access to resources and decision-making processes. RET has actively worked to address women and young people's specific and immediate needs while addressing the broader issues preventing gender equality within each given context. RET considers, in fact, the impact of gender and social norms throughout all its projects. RET's intervention work across the triple nexus, supporting equality and inclusion of women and young girls, focusing on refugees, migrants, and returnees in society and the economy to help them lead their self-reliance journey and build their resilience. Together with our partners, we are fully committed to supporting the Sustainable Development Goal SDG 5 to achieve gender equality and empower, in fact, all women and girls. Moreover, to ensure women and girls have equal access to education, healthcare, and more importantly, decent work, as well as representation in economic decision-making processes. We also promote sustained, inclusive, and sustainable economic growth, productive employment, and decent work for all, following the Sustainable Development Goal number 8. Within the scope of climate and the SDG 13, taking urgent action to combat climate change, we are working to integrate climate actions into policies, strategies, and planning to eventually mainstream climate actions as a cross-cutting issue within all our programs. This is, in fact, one of RET's added value in terms of adopting a multi-sectoral approach within its interventions, a comprehensive approach that tackles different aspects and even tackles the multi-dimensional adversities that women and young people face today. Thanks to the generous support of the same donor, the Federal Ministry of Economic Cooperation and Development of the Federal Republic of Germany in 2022, I will share with you some of our climate actions and measures from multiple projects in Africa and the Middle East, namely as well in Lebanon. So RET Germany is promoting short and medium-term agriculture measures to revive rural areas that directly target the needs of the poorest refugees, local farmers, especially female-headed households. We are also increasing adaptive capacity and resilience to reduce people's vulnerability, especially women, to the impacts of climate change and climate-related risks. We are building farmers' adaptive capacity, especially women, refugees, and hosts, to boost the local economy and create employment and income-generating opportunities. RET Germany is reducing the impact of climate change on agriculture production, affecting the livelihoods of population depending on agriculture, especially, let's say, women. We are reducing inadequate water and plant pest disease management to stabilizing and increasing agriculture production. We are also strengthening the adaptation-related research, including meteorological and monitoring and forecasting, including setting up early warning systems in that sense. We are also taking part in promoting water-saving irrigation methods to withstand climate change, and we are advancing the promotion of modified fishing practices to adapt to stock changes and fish species, and introducing more flexibility in the equipment and technique used, including enabling and training vulnerable women on fish preparation. In the Americas region specifically, we are mainstreaming resilience approaches that address disaster risk reduction and climate risk directly within the context of multiple projects. We are, in fact, aiming to integrate climate and disaster risk reduction as integral elements in all RET projects as we move forward. I would like to end my note by emphasizing the importance of integrating climate change actions into policies, strategies, planning, and even interventions. Smaller steps will eventually lead to a more significant momentum. And I will wrap up. I turn now to my colleagues and other speakers to give you an overview of their key approaches and small but concrete actions toward the environment within our Women's Socio-Economic Empowerment Program in Turkey. And I thank you all for your attention. Over.
We thank you, Ms. Haidar, and we really thank you for your inputs. And we cannot agree more on the devastating impact of climate change on people, and especially on women, and the need to act today, actually. We were delighted to hear about RET endeavors in these regards, and in regards to gender equality in Turkey and worldwide. Thank you for your contribution. And we now move to our next session, entitled RET Germany's Women's Socio-Economic Empowerment Project, Leap Women's Co-operative, and the Leap Natural, held by Ms. Kardelan. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Ali, and thank you all for joining us today. In this session, we will be taking a journey back to the inception of our Women's Socio-Economic Empowerment Program. And I will try to briefly summarize how a 3-year project has transformed into a sustainable running business with the joint efforts of RET Germany, Leap Turkey, and our program's women participants. Since 2011, Turkey has been hosting more than 7 million refugees, including Syrian, Iraqi, and Afghan communities. And the refugees residing in Turkey face many challenges, including barriers to accessing basic services such as health, education, livelihood services, and employment opportunities. Refugee women particularly face protection risks and high risks of SGBV and SRH, as they are disproportionately affected in crisis contexts compared to men. Similarly, in southeastern and central Turkey, women from the host community have been facing similar challenges, falling behind Turkish women's overall socioeconomic welfare levels in other regions in Turkey. Coming from different backgrounds, Syrian, Iraqi, Afghan, and host community women in these provinces face the same vulnerabilities, including gender inequalities, SGBV and SRH risks, food and housing insecurities, extreme poverty, and challenges in accessing to services such as education and livelihoods. Therefore, our programs, together with RET in these regions, are designed to strengthen the resilience and self-reliance of refugee and host community women and their families through a holistic approach in these provinces. Prior to designing and implementing our projects for women, we looked into the reasons and lessons learned on why projects and programs on women's socio-economic empowerment and sustainable livelihoods sometimes fall short at creating long-lasting sustainable development for refugee and host community women in these regions. And we have detected three key challenges, three key lessons learned. The first one is that the livelihood activities proposed within these programs to women are not based on market-based assessments and needs. And the second one is the low consideration of women's own capacities, skills, educational and cultural backgrounds, their vulnerability and preparedness levels for such livelihood activities. And the third one is the low engagement levels of male family members, men, in these programs, preventing women from assisting in such trainings. In light of these challenges and lessons learned, it was evident that both refugee and host community women needed more relevant livelihood programs based on needs identification and market analysis. Women's socio-economic empowerment cannot be successful without a more comprehensive approach to programming, tackling gender equality, poverty, mental health and well-being, and social cohesion amongst the host and refugee women and their communities. In 2014, RET's Women's Socio-Economic Empowerment Program in Mardin, Kilis, Şanlıurfa, and Çorum started with a multifaceted approach to provide an efficient and effective livelihood program for women. First, we conducted feasibility and needs assessment studies to identify our target women participants, backgrounds, capacities, needs, and skills. We also identified and mapped local resources available in these regions, as well as examining the traditional artisanships and vocations to choose relevant livelihood activities. In addition, we conducted a market analysis and customer segmentation study to design relevant livelihood activities that align with the demand of the local and global markets, therefore utilizing and developing women's already existing skills and competencies through high-quality vocational training and education sessions. Using a gender and conflict-sensitive approach, the holistic aspect of RET and LEAPS program has allowed us to address the different dimensions of a woman's life. As such, the program was not only about training women on job or business-related skills, but also about raising their and their families' awareness on SRH and SGBV issues, after which women could access individual counseling, psychosocial support, and when needed, referral mechanisms for specialized support. The vocational ateliers with the program provided a safe space for women and their families to get together, organize cultural events, social activities, and sport activities to promote social cohesion within their communities. The types of professional vocational training and education activities differed in each province according to the natural and local resources and capacities in these provinces. Today, RET and LEAP provide vocational training sessions on natural soap making in Mardin, block printing and natural dyeing in Çorum and Mardin, natural dolls making in Kilis, and vegetables and fruits drying in Şanlıurfa. This is the production side of a business. However, there's also one other inevitable prospect for any business, that is the leadership and access to the marketplaces. Therefore, we also aim to build the capacity of the women with additional specialized professional skills, for them to assume leadership and decision-making roles in the ateliers and in their businesses throughout the program. Our professional business skills training includes modules on business entrepreneurship, social entrepreneurship, business opportunities, marketing, digital and social media marketing, product development and design, management and customer relations, and financial literacy, all of which engage women in every aspect of their business. The trainings were more professional and practical than theoretical. The women participants practiced their newly acquired skills and knowledge on these subjects in all of our vocational ateliers every day. So from the first day, the women participants joined our ateliers. They started to design, produce, package, and market their products. When we first started to provide these trainings on business skills and vocational skills, we also encouraged women participants to set up their own small businesses, either collectively or individually. And at first, the women were reluctant and asked for the support of RET and LEAP NGO to open a commercial enterprise to market the handmade products they produce. And we noticed that women were not ready to set up their own businesses for many reasons, including their urgent needs. They needed the income they gained through the ateliers to meet their most basic needs, such as housing, rent, and food. So they didn't want to invest their income to open a business. The second and most important reason is that they were not the sole decision makers over their income and money. Their family members, specifically husbands, objected to the women setting up a business. Women were afraid that if the business didn't go well, if they invested money and if the business didn't go well, what would they say to their families? And in response, RET Germany supported the products marketing by setting up a commercial enterprise within its own entity for the program's first 2 years. And for effective marketing, RET also supported the foundation of the Lip Natural brand as a social enterprise. This example sheds essential light on why comprehensive approaches are key for collective sustainable development within women's socio-economic empowerment programs. Increasing the women's preparedness levels and tackling multiple aspects were vital for the project's sustainability. RET supported women participants to increase their self-reliance, resilience, self-confidence, and preparedness levels by providing SGBV and SRH awareness raising for them and their male family members. Actually, this is a very important point. We also provided our SGBV training sessions to men. And counseling sessions were required on psychosocial, health, and legal issues they face, and social cultural activities to enhance social cohesion between the host community and refugee community, as well as conducting active marketing, vocational training, and professional business skills training sessions. 2 years later, RET and LEAP were providing training sessions on and information on different business models, including the cooperative system. And the women started to discuss that the system in their ateliers actually resembles the cooperative system, since both are based on the values of democratic participation and economic inclusion, voluntary and open membership. And the women examined the similarities and concluded that they were already running the business like a cooperative. So why not become one? We asked them to raise their hands if they were ready for such an initiative. And that day, all of the hands in the room were up in the air. And the women were ready to open such a business, such an initiative. This is how we built the resilience and entrepreneurship skills of the women, that they feel ready to run their own businesses without RET's or LEAP's support. This is a durable and sustainable impact. With the technical support of RET Germany and LEAP Turkey, the women founded LEAP Women's Entrepreneurship, Production and Management Cooperative, with each investing seed money into the cooperative, and have been running the cooperative successfully with over 230 products on the market, with a marketing network consisting of more than 15,000 loyal customers, 250 loyal private sector customers, and an expanding exporting network of more than 20 countries. Thank you for listening.
Thank you for your contribution, Ms. Kardelen. It was really fascinating and also enlightening to see how a project becomes a sustainable business with the great efforts of RET Germany, LEAP, and the local women who are both from Turkey and other countries. And we would like to continue with Ms. Emel Andrews, and she will be talking about climate actions in women's socio-economic empowerment. The floor is yours, Ms. Emel.
Thank you so much, Ali. Good morning to you all. I would like to talk about climate actions in women's socio-economic empowerment program in Turkey. And thank you for this opportunities also. It's no longer a secret that many countries and people worldwide are already suffering severely from the impacts of climate change. Increasingly, extreme weather conditions affect the livelihood of many people and bear existential threats, especially for disadvantaged population, more specifically women. Then gender disparities are exacerbated during crisis and natural hazards, and on rural women who are dependent on natural resource. Since the inception of the Women's Socio-Economic Empowerment Program, RET, LEAP, and the women artisans have strived to create an eco-friendly and light supply chain with minimum impact on the environment as part of RET's climate actions. At every step through the production process, we were trying to reduce our carbon footprint and try to achieve zero waste production. We aim to minimize our climate impact and support green production methods. As LEAP means jump or spring, it also means leaping towards the future and sustainability. While the name represents how enabled women can lead to positive change in the world, we strive to create changes and improvements for the earth we live on through our every action. To achieve this, all of the different vocational ateliers within the Women's Socio-Economic Empowerment Program share common principles and climate actions. The first principles of our program is artisanship and solar panels. The ateliers value traditional artisanship. Our production methods focus on handmade artisanship instead of mass production with industrial machines dependent on electricity and fuel. One of the essential steps LEAP took for this goal was to opt for solar drying panels for the vegetable and fruit drying atelier of LEAP in Şanlıurfa. The project was possible thanks to the generous support of the Federal Ministry of Economic Cooperation and Development of the Federal Republic of Germany through RET Germany. As a traditional food preserving method, the fruits and vegetables are traditionally dried under the sun by many households in Şanlıurfa. However, this drying method causes the fruits and vegetables to be directly exposed to various contaminants. Therefore, traditional models cannot guarantee hygienic drying and safe consumption. It is also only limited to summertime, which would lead to a decrease in the production capacity of ateliers. Accordingly, industrial drying machines requiring high energy usage are commonly used to commercialize dried vegetables and fruits. For greening these ateliers' production methods, LEAP, in collaboration with Harran University Food Technology Department, came together and jointly designed a simple, cost-effective, and easy-to-use solar-powered drying machine together. Who were newly learning their machine. With its simple design, This machine was also accessible for the women participants who were newly learning their vocation. The machine allowed the women to use only solar power during the production process to dry the vegetables and fruits hygienically in a controlled environment all year round. The second principle of our program, opting for eco-friendly materials and zero-waste packaging. Ateliers have been using a minimum amount of plastic or petrol-based materials for packaging. Instead, Leap Natural offers a variety of packaging solutions to achieve sustainable, zero-waste, biodegradable, and environmental packaging. We use glass jar for liquid hygiene and the cosmetic products for our Mardin Natural Soap workshop. After usage, glass jar can be reused by the customers. Our packaging is also biodegradable raw craft paper and boxes. Leap also provides women with product development training session. During one of these sessions in our Şanlıurfa dried vegetables and fruits atelier, Leap and the women participants discussed zero-waste solution for the product packaging. The women came up with the idea of placing the products in reusable cotton bags. They networked with the women from Leap's Mardin atelier who have been creating block printing and the natural dyeing on textile products and collectively designed them. Leap Natural received positive feedback from its customers on the bag made from natural materials and its endeavors in trying to achieve zero waste production and distribution. Now I will talk about natural raw materials. Women artisans of Tibet ateliers design and develop natural and eco-friendly products. None of Leap Natural's products contain chemical or additives. As an example, many cosmetic products contain microplastic for exfoliating dead skin cells and increasing blood circulation. These microplastics are not biodegradable, contaminating the water and threatening aquatic life and habitat. Instead of using microplastic in Leap Natural's hygiene and care products, women artisans of Natural Soap Workshop in Mardin choose natural alternatives such as unrefined salt, lavender buds, or organic charcoal powder, which are equally effective. Another example, instead of using artificial fiber for dolls' fillings, women artisans of Natural Doll Atelier use 100% natural, locally sourced wool fillings, which is also healthier and hypoallergenic option for children. Another principle, locally procured, locally produced. To reach locally sourced raw materials, especially for fruits and vegetables, grown with zero agricultural chemicals or pesticides. We create a map of small-sized local family farms and the business and started to meet the producers. Instead of procuring raw materials from the wholesale market halls, RET opted to reach directly to the farmers at the local levels to carry out local procurement process. This way, we can support the local economy and small businesses and minimize the distance for transportation with the supply chain, hence creating a light supply chain to reduce our carbon footprint. For example, the vegetables and the fruits are produced directly from these villages and farmers. We are also supporting the local farmers with the distribution of natural raw materials, no pesticides, supporting less costly and natural and organic fertilizers. Now I will move on to raising awareness on responsible and ethical consumption habits. Through social media, we also invite our followers and customers to think about the life cycle of the products by sharing stories on the product's raw materials. The artisan women behind each product produced and the eco-friendly production techniques and methods. We aim to raise the awareness of, of our customers and followers on the importance of reducing waste, especially food waste, and encouraging them to buy local products from local small business producers. We are also raising awareness about harmful ingredients and promoting natural ingredients as an alternative. And finally, Partnership for a Green Future, LEAP and LEAP Natural collaborate with different actors, including private and public sectors, to jointly create climate-related initiatives. LEAP's collaboration with Espresso Lab is an example of collaborative climate action between a women cooperative and a private sector company. Espresso Lab is a global and local coffee chain with more than 65 stores in Turkey and worldwide. Through our collaboration, the women artisans of our Mardin Natural Soap Atelier have been utilizing used coffee grounds from Espresso Lab to make soaps. In addition, the women also upcycle the coffee sacks into specially designed pouches and bags. The soaps, pouches, and the bags are then resold in Espresso Lab coffee shops. This partnership contributes to the socio-economic empowerment and sustainable income generation of artisan women. Still, it also follows a zero-waste approach through recycling and upcycling materials that would otherwise be wasted, and invites customers to explore the circular economy and repurposing of materials. RET further puts its zero-waste practice through collaboration with Diversey. Diversey is a global company with a branch in Turkey, providing cleaning and hygiene products and serving customers in different sectors, such as hospitality and healthcare. With the joint upcycling project and the partnership of LEAP and Diversey, the women artisans of Mardin Block Printing and Natural Dyeing Workshop have been upcycling discarded textile products due to degradation, such as towels and sheets from Hilton and Marriott hotels, and creating newly designed products and put them into sale again in the same hotels. I hope that our discussion today will return to progress to enable the international community and tackle both climate action and increase the resilience of rural communities in the future. Thank you very much for your time today. Thank you for everything, Ali. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Ms. Samel. And we would like to emphasize on trying to achieve eco-friendly solutions within your activities. We should all respect the environment on a personal and professional level. Thank you for your efforts. Really, it was really a great presentation. The whole world should understand that we don't have any other planet, so we need to protect it in any way we can, and any initiative counts. Thank you so much. And now we are moving to our final session with Ms. Kardelen. She will inform us about the best practices, durable actions, and the lessons learned within LEAP Women's Cooperative. The floor is yours, Ms. Barfi.
Thank you, Ali. Thank you, and welcome again. Today, building the women's resilience, self-reliance, self-confidence, and capacities was the main objective of our Women's Socio-Economic Empowerment programs. We worked in close partnership with the public and private actors, using a participatory approach to create more durable solutions. And for this, today I will be sharing 4 different best practices on our partnerships and coordination to market the women's products, capacity building of local actors, and social cohesion. The first one is our partnerships and coordination efforts. As a local Turkish NGO, LEAP has strategic partnerships and endorsements from multiple governmental and local entities. It has the full support of the Prime Ministry, the Ministry of Interior, the Ministry of National Education, and the Ministry of Family, Labor and Social Policies at the national, provincial, and district levels. In addition, we are paying particular attention to establishing meaningful partnerships with the community leaders, muhtars, for example, who are the representatives of the neighborhoods, imams of small areas and villages. And this community-based approach has allowed us to leave no one behind.
For example, we could provide our SGBD awareness raising sessions in the mosque of a Şanlıurfa village, since we met with the imam of the neighborhood and gained his support. Especially in sensitive regions and contexts such as Şanlıurfa, having the references and endorsements of key community leaders facilitated effective communication, participation, and outreach with the most vulnerable members of the communities. We could reach them with more effectivity and efficiency. We have received great feedbacks and endorsements from our partners for our plight to increase women's employability profiles within our program and vocational trainings. I will also be talking about how we coordinated with different actors to market the women's products, especially with the private sector. We observed that livelihoods programs heavily focus on the supply side and the vocational skills aspects, while neglecting the market demand and professional business skills aspects. Many women who gained vocational skills through these programs and projects face disparities in connecting to the market, resulting in women abandoning their income-generating activities and going back home. So we identified this gap between the women in southeastern Turkey and the market in the earlier stages of our program. Therefore, our endeavors for accessing to the market started from the day one. We supported the foundation of Live Natural brand, and over the 6 years, we have built an extensive customer reach and marketing networks with the women members of the cooperative. We first started by identifying and mapping potential partners with a list of more than 900 companies, holdings, celebrities, and social media influencers. Then we began to reach out through our emailing, through networking events. We were able to get in contact and collaborate with highly influential companies and people. And in Turkey, we are also in close touch with other small businesses and women's cooperatives. And we have been providing special training programs and counseling sessions for them as well. The partnerships with the private sector and celebrities and social media influencers were effective for promoting the brand and increasing the visibility of the women's handmade products. And as part of their corporate social responsibility programs, we have realized many collaborations with companies and holdings, such as Diversi and Espresso Lab, as we have mentioned. In addition, we received and have been receiving wholesale orders from these companies as employee gifts or customer gifts, which led women to increase their income. Also, as a cooperative, we had implemented joint social responsibility actions with other social enterprises in Turkey, such as the Needs Map. The Needs Map is a non-commercial online platform connecting people in need with those who can provide goods and services to people in need around Turkey. A map of Turkey pops up on the homepage of Needs Map with numbers on different cities, indicating how many need requests have been submitted for that area. It is online so that it could reach every city, every house, or every person with internet access. With the COVID-19 outbreak in Turkey, we detected that many families from refugee and host communities had limited or no access to hygiene materials, especially in southeastern Turkey. So with our joint campaign for the prevention of COVID-19, with the name Support with Kindness, we delivered our natural soaps produced in our Mardin Natural Soap Atelier to 600 families in Şanlıurfa. Live Natural also has a solid social media presence and effective strategy that we have built over the years. This is actually another best practice. So we were able to both increase the sustainability of the cooperative and the brand, and also mobilize our customers and followers to support and join in such social impact actions and projects. In addition, I would like to mention LEAP's capacity building efforts as a best practice and durable action. Both the cooperative and the social enterprise were born due to these efforts. LEAP has empowered women to assume full leadership and decision-making power responsibilities of their cooperative and brand. And with the purpose of solidifying the foundation of the cooperative, RET Germany and LEAP has still been providing business coaching and technical support to the women members of the cooperative for the marketing and exporting of the products, but also for applying for grants and subsidies given by the government. Through this mentoring and technical support of LEAP, the cooperative applied for a comprehensive project named SOGEP, offered by the Ministry of Industry and Technology through its local institutions' development agencies, and the ministry approved the cooperative's project. We only provided technical support for this project, such as planning and proposal writing, but the women participants, women members of the cooperative, are the ones that will be contributing to their communities with this new project and the new atelier to be founded in Mardin this year. So I think this is a great example for increasing the local capacities through transferring the know-how. We have also been sharing our know-how on branding and marketing with other women's cooperatives, women-led small businesses, and women entrepreneurs. We have a successful entrepreneurship training program where we provide training modules on digital marketing, brand promotion and visibility, good governance, networking, financial literacy to local businesses. Recently, with the request of Mardin Kızıltepe District Governorship, we have realized photo shoots of the products of Kızıltepe Women's Cooperative with the women members of the cooperative for the purpose of kickstarting their social media marketing. From providing extensive and theoretic training programs to putting the knowledge into practice with photo shoots and social media content writing, we have been transparently sharing our experiences and know-how to build the capacities of local actors. Ali, can you move on to the next slides? Thank you. And supporting the social cohesion between the host and refugee communities has always been one of our top priorities. Many refugee women in Turkey face barriers to participating in public sphere and socio-economic life, limiting their connections and communication only to their family members, which leads to social isolation. And LEAP created a safe space for refugee and host community women to get together under the umbrella of this program. Our ateliers were designed not only as a means for vocational training or sustainable income generation, but also as safe spaces where refugee and host community women could come together, share and celebrate their diverse cultures and traditions. All of the cooperatives ateliers in different provinces always comprise of 50% of refugee women and 50% of host community women to support social cohesion. Even women who do not participate in the atelier, participate in the workshop, but live in the same neighborhood in the atelier, visit the atelier, spend time with each other. Hence, the atelier successfully provide a space for interaction and communication between refugee and host community women. We consistently encourage the refugee and host community women to work together, produce together, and in time they start to form friendships, share their stories, help each other during the production process. Consequently, effective communication channels have been established, and this created a positive ripple effect, multiplier effect on their families and communities. LEAP cooperatives ateliers became a second home, second family to the women. We believe that creating this sense of belonging and creating this sisterhood was and still has been the #1 factor for what made us robust and resilient, and eventually what made the message of the cooperative powerful. As an ending note, can we move on to the next slide? I want to tell a story about one of our products. We have been providing business skills trainings, and we always try to create a comfortable and safe space for both the host community women and the refugee women to vocalize and exercise their creative ideas on product development. And during one of these trainings, women were brainstorming for new product development, added value product development. And one of the Syrian women suggested that we produce mekdus. And mekdus is an actually cold appetizer, unique to the Syrian cuisine. But all of the women agreed that it would appeal to the gusto of the Turkish customers as well. And they were right, because when the sales of the mekdus started, it has immediately become one best-selling product of the atelier. And this food product is a product of cultural diversity coming from different cultural backgrounds. Women in our ateliers developed this product together. So therefore, mekdus is not only a food product for us, but also a great example that there are endless ways to bring people together when you remove barriers from communication and dialogue. Be it an atelier, be it an vocational training, be it a food product, doesn't matter. Mekdus became one of these ways for us and our customers to celebrate our cultural diversities and togetherness. I hope that we always celebrate this diversity, always celebrate this togetherness, and always cherish it. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for listening.
Thank you. Thank you so much for showing us how establishing successful partnerships at all levels and using a comprehensive approaches are significant to create more durable solutions within the humanitarian work. Thank you so much, Ms. Kardelen. And as we finish all sessions now, we could receive questions in order to answer them regarding the topic of this webinar. If you have some questions to ask to our speakers, you can feel free to write it on the chat box. And during the session, I got just a question. Let me check it. Okay, how could we get these products from other countries? Is there any online shop for the products? Okay.
Yes, we have. You can.
Okay. Yeah, please.
You can shop from Etsy, our Etsy shop globally. Ali, can you share
yes.
information through the chat?
Okay, I will.
Thank you very much.
Okay, while I am like sharing it, there is another question to Ms. Kardelen also. What did you do to make the women prepared and ready to establish a cooperation by themselves?
It's a holistic approach. We provided counseling sessions on their mental health, for the legal issues they face, for accessing to protection services. We also income generation was one of the factors. We founded the commercial enterprise and the brand and started to sell the products, and they started to gain sustainable income. So when their income increased, they were also getting ready for setting up a business. For their male family members, we have provided awareness raising sessions to support the women in opening such businesses, setting up such businesses. And also we have provided social cohesion activities and organizations. We get together. You know, when they get to know each other, when women started to trust each other and in their communities, also in the customers, because the positive feedbacks of the customers at the start of Live Natural brand played an important role for providing the motivation, providing the belief that the business will be sustainable, the business will be successful. So I think there are some customers with us today also. I would like to also thank them for their support. It's always a collective movement. It's always collective, together.
Thank you. Thank you so much for this helpful answer. And I have another question to you also, Ms. Kardelen. And how do you envision the future of the corporation?
How women view the future of their own cooperative. We will continue to export our products more, professionalize our all exporting endeavors. And also we will pass on our knowledge to implement other projects on agriculture, agricultural development, and opening new ateliers. These are the main objectives.
Thank you. I have just shared, by the way, the information and the useful links regarding the Live Natural, so you can check the website and the social media pages of the corporation. So do we have any other question? I guess we don't have. Okay. Thank you so much, you to all, for participating this webinar in this today. Actually, we are really delighted to see you all here, and I would like to especially thank to our speakers again, and for their contribution and for the great information that they brought us today. Thank you so much. And
thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ali. Thank you all.
You're welcome. So
thank you all.
Thank you so much. So if I don't have any other question, I'm officially closing the session. Thank you again, you to all. Have a nice day.